What if I told you that aging wasn't all about collagen? There's another protein that's just as important, if not more, that you might not have heard of, and it's called elastin. Today, you're going to learn all about it. The clue is in the name. Elastin is what gives your skin its elastic recoil, its snap. And it's especially important around the eyes. Now, while most of our skin is made up from collagen, elastin is only present at about 2 to 4% of the total protein in your skin. However, it is of critical importance if we want to stay youthful. That crumple zone around your eye when you smile, that's change in your skin's elastin. Now, whilst we can't make any more of it, we are given what we're given, we can protect it. Now, a good way to think about elastin is to imagine your favorite lycra dress that loses its ping. Now, I bought an Alaya vintage dress some time ago on eBay, and when it arrived, it had kind of lost its shape, and that's because the lycra had stretched and distorted. So too, your elastin in your skin. Over time, the environment takes its toll. It ages intrinsically just due to the generation of free radicals, but UVA plays a really big part in changing our skin's elastin. And the result is skin that just won't snap back. Now, it's interesting to compare and contrast collagen. Collagen, we are very good at getting the skin to make more of it. We can use creams, we can protect it against UV, we can do procedures like microneedling. The collagen genes switch on very easily, and so our skin readily makes more, and that means we can restore skin firmness without too much trouble. Elastin, on the other hand, is a much bigger, more complex molecule, and this is the problem. So we have to formulate something called tropoelastin in the cells, and then multiple molecules of this get exported and assembled onto a network of fibrillin. Now, this is a really complex multi-step process, and we don't seem to be able to get our skin to do this once we become mature. So I want to share with you my 3-step approach to keeping your elastin in the best possible shape. Step number 1 will be no surprise. I've mentioned UVA is the number 1 enemy of your skin's elastin. So that means, guess what? Drum roll, please. Broad spectrum sunscreen has to be the first thing you put in place to keep your skin elastic and bouncy. UVA rays penetrate deeply into your skin's dermis, which is the deeper layer, and they damage your elastin, something we can actually see down the microscope. The elastin becomes broken up and chaotic and doesn't form this nice stretchy network. That is why I'm always pleading with you to wear broad spectrum sunscreen, not to protect you against the burning UVB rays, but to protect your elastin from those UVA rays. Remember to dose it correctly, get out the measuring spoons if you aren't sure. Remember to distribute it evenly, and do not miss around the eyes. It is critical to treat your delicate eye area where your elastin is ultra precious with adequate UVA protection every single day. Use mineral sunscreen if you're worried about stinging your eyes. And if you're somewhere sunny and you're outdoors, please reapply through the day. Step number 2, antioxidants. Now, the reason these are so important is that because in reality, most of us are human, we will underdose our sunscreen from time to time. And the way to catch the free radicals that are generated by ultraviolet rays that get through your sunscreen is to use antioxidants. Now, there are lots of options and they will all tend to work together, but some of the best that we know in terms of performance are vitamin C, niacinamide, and remember, your retinoid is also an antioxidant. For the delicate eye area, we want to be careful in terms of the skin's thin barrier there, which can predispose to sensitivity. So ingredients like niacinamide are fantastic because they help to build the skin barrier and therefore tolerance too. I also like bakuchiol because that's a great alternative to your retinoid that can be used through the day and tends to be even less irritating. And then I love a new ingredient called milk thistle extract, which is a potent flavonoid that's also effective. And then we come on to step number 3. And the area that I think of as being the most exciting in skincare right now, and that is future-proofing your skin, and in particular the delicate eye area, by tackling the root causes of aging. 2 with the most interest in skincare right now are mitochondrial dysfunction and cellular senescence. I've been talking about mitochondrial dysfunction for about a year now with the launch of our Flawless Moisturizer Intense and then our Vitamin C NAD+. The reason that mitochondria are so important are because they are the battery of your cell, and for it to do all its basic housekeeping functions, to maintain collagen, to respond to your retinoid, it needs energy. And that means a need for a molecule called NAD+. Now, energy is made in your mitochondria. The bad news is the DNA that code for mitochondria, which are protein structures, are very susceptible to UVA damage. They're not wrapped up in the nucleus like the main DNA of the cell, and there are no repair enzymes. And that means over time, with oxidative stress, your mitochondrial DNA gets damaged and your mitochondria wear out, the batteries run down. That's why I was so excited to discover the ingredient sunflower shoot extract, or SSE, because it helps recharge your cell batteries and it helps promote youthful gene expression. This is exactly what we need if we are to maintain healthy and springy elastin. So we need healthy cell batteries. Now, coming on to cellular senescence, this is a really interesting area of science right now. So what we know is that as cells turn over, their DNA will get damaged, particularly in the skin where we're constantly being exposed to the environment, and then enzymes will repair the damage. Now, a consequence of lots of DNA repair, so if you imagine you go in a boat in the sun for a week and don't wear sunscreen, that is going to create a lot of senescent cells. Now, these are cells that are not healthily functioning, but they're also not programmed to die off, which is what we want whenever a cell has been badly damaged. Instead, they're living in a sort of twilight zone, and we call them zombie cells, affectionately. And that's because they spew out harmful inflammatory mediators which damage your collagen and create an environment that accelerates aging. But not only that, a zombie cell is able to touch another healthy cell and make it senescent. And this creates a vicious cycle which accelerates the aging process, which is not what we want. The good news is we now have ingredients that tackle senescence at the root cause, helping prevent zombie cells from accelerating aging. You might well have heard of milk thistle extract. It's renowned for helping detoxify the liver after a hangover, but the amazing news is it's helpful in our skin too, as it both has antioxidant properties, so helping with repair and renewal, and it helps with cellular senescence. I am truly excited about the fact that we have this new way of impacting our elastin health. And like with all the routines I recommend, it's about combining the right ingredients in the right combination at the right concentration, using synergy to get the best results for your skin. Now, if you have any questions about elastin, please drop them in the comments below. I know this is a relatively new topic. I've not seen much content on it. But hopefully I've given you a framework for building an effective routine to tackle one of the hardest areas in skincare.